Give me the 5 worst teams in the NFL this year.
Jacksonville. How's that for?
Good start.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
I would say, and I came up with the question, and I didn't have an answer because I was dealing with, I didn't think about an answer. I think 49ers, and I thought, as soon as I thought of the 49ers, I said, that's going to be one for less, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the Oakland Raiders are still.
Do you?
We had the kid from Oakland that covers them. He said 7, but he didn't think that many. Well, think about it. I mean, the 5 worst teams will have
2 to 5 or 6 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the Raiders will be in that, wouldn't you agree?
I don't have them on my list, but they're close.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Bears.
They're on my
That's
list.
not because of all of the stuff. I have
no
faith in
They're going
Cutler.
to be horrible.
Defense is not going to be good.
And in a tough division.
And I would put in there, which will surprise you a little bit, probably not, Washington.
Not surprised at all.
Have you got different opinions than I do?
Here's who I have. I have San Francisco, Jacksonville, Chicago, Washington, and then I was trying to choose between Tampa Bay and Cleveland. Cleveland has no skill position players. So I don't know how they're going to score points, but they have a pretty good defense. I'm going to go Cleveland instead of Tampa.
Tampa would have been on my list. I actually forgot about Cleveland, to be frank, because I've forgotten about Cleveland.
They got nothing.
Well, but I forgot
Nothing.
about them. I didn't even think about them in terms of being an NFL team. The only reason why you'd be have any interest in the Cleveland Browns would be if Manziel was playing.
Yeah.
And not because it's the Tebow factor, where you just like to see what he could do if he could ever do it. But he's got the tendonitis. He's probably going to play the 4th, 5th game when they're already out of it. They'll be like the Rockies. They'll be out of it by the end of October. The Rockies will be out of it
by game 7 or 8.
For 1st of October.
I feel the same way about Manziel. He's a little bit better than
Who's
Tebow,
going
but
to
not
then
much.
get the #1 draft choice for next year?
Number 1 pick is going to go to, I'm going to say Jacksonville.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was reading, the reason why that came up, I was reading about teams that have a chance to fail, and I thought, well, you got to put Jacksonville at the top of that list.
Yeah.
That Bortles,
I'm not a fan.
Julius Thomas is, you talked about it earlier, he's already hurt. And then he didn't get the surgery done until the season started. Why wouldn't you? I mean, it took them 3 weeks. He would have been ready for the first game.
I think what happened was they thought it was a fractured finger. It wasn't getting better. They went in, took another picture, and they found a torn tendon, I think. So they missed it. And it cost them a couple of weeks.
Oh, not a couple of weeks. It lost them a month.
That portion of the big stuff brought to you by...
Him. You know it's going to be at least a month or so. He doesn't come back. He will take an extra, well, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
And then the 7th game, they'll put him on the sideline. I can't go in.
And we'll sit here and we'll be going like this.
Oh, what a surprise.
Like Jim Tom Sula.
No, you're not saying that right.
Jim Tom Sula. 3 names.
Okay.
Big Stuff sponsored by Grand Prix Motorsports, located on County Line and Santa Fe. They have Indian motorcycles. So if you want the original motorcycle, go to Grand Prix Motorsports and get the Indian cycles there. That's Scott on his Indian motorcycle enjoying his ride.